Yo, what's good? Speaky Clout Podcast. Your boy Mike Sears, and I'm joined by the good brother Rone born up beneath the dirt.
What's good? What's good?
What's good, brother?
Chilling.
Hell yeah, you know, dropping a new episode every Monday for that ass. In the Juggalo Underground world, keeping shit busy. And today, man, I had to do this. I had this plan. I was gonna do this dolo, and we did a 5 piece. And Rone mentioned that this is his favorite record from '97, besides the Juggalo shit. And I said, yo, that's the perfect guest. We work well together, you know what I'm saying? And we're talking about Deftones Around the Fur. Their sophomore record turns 25 this year, a little later on in the year, but Speak Cloud don't give a fuck. We stay doing shit, you know what I'm saying, early on. But this is one of my favorite bands of all time, Ron. I know you feel the same way, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like every episode of Speaking Club podcast, we give a story on how we discovered said band. So for me, I'll never forget this. I know this like the back of my fucking hand. It was '97. It was at my grandparents' house on my father's side. We had a picnic, and I was chilling with them. And after that, I got picked up from my grandfather on my mother's side. He came to pick me up, and he took me down to my favorite mom and pop's record store. I still got the fucking card. Give Back Records right there.
Oh,
You know what
oh,
I'm saying? Amazing. Shout out to George and Donna. They're amazing owners. Became like family to me. You know what I'm saying? And I got the cassette Around the Fur. And how I got into Deftones with my boy, the skate rat kid, Chris. He got me the $3 bill off from Limp. He got me a Life is Peachy, and then he got me to this. And when I put that tape in and had the Abe Cunningham's drums on fucking My Own Summer, mind fucking blown. Became a diehard Deftones fan since that day. I got to see White Pony come out. Got that on fucking release day. And just a band with very little bad albums in their discography as well. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
yeah. How you discovered Deftones, Room?
96, the Great Southern Trendkill Tour.
Oh, shit.
It's funny, we were just talking about this in the pre-show,
Yeah.
and I had no idea who Deftones were. It was White Zombie and Pantera. That's who I was going to see.
Fuck.
And, the opening band's playing. It was me and my cousin. It was, my first concert ever. And I remember the riff for Root came on. And I was instantly, I was like, all right, I like these guys. Like, I know they had played a couple songs before that, but the only memory I remember of them specifically was when the Root riff kicked, when they started playing that shit. I was like, if there was internet back then, I didn't have that shit.
Yeah.
I remember the next day I called AAF, the local radio station.
I know about that, brother.
And I was like, yo, I don't know if you guys know, but who was the opening band for White Zombie and Deftones or Pantera last night? And they're like, oh, that's a band called the Deftones. And I was like, all right, I got to fucking, adrenaline was out at that point, and went out and got that and just been hooked since. Like you said,
Yeah.
they don't really put out bad music, like just such a consistent band.
Fuck yeah. And shout out to WAF, man. Mistress Carrie. Mike Shoe in the morning, Rocco,
Yeah.
dog.
Rocco, yeah.
Yeah, dog. I love that shit. That's how I got into Slipknot, and all that shit from the fucking TV show they had.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, man. So, yeah, the sophomore record, they had something to prove. And Deftones consists of Chino Moreno on vocals, Chi Chang on bass, R.I.P., Stephen Carpenter on guitar, Abe Cunningham on drums, Frank Delgado. I believe he joined the band around this time. He's on like the samples and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the greatest bands of all time. And this is my second favorite album from the band, first being White Pony. So Deftones Around the Fur. Let's get into it. So album starts off with My Own Summer. Shove it. Like, first time I heard this song, I knew I loved it within the first few seconds of hearing it. You know what I'm saying? Opening riff, this is insane. I love Chino's vocals on here. Chino said the song's about, dealing with being annoyed, touring during the scalding heat. And people in the crowd used to get on his nerves, he said, during the summertime touring, probably for adrenaline. And the sun burned his eyes in the studio, so he put aluminum foil on the windows to block it out. So that's he just frustrations about summer. And Chino said this is his favorite album, and that he was angry as fuck on this record. He said, I read up on it, and Picking the Pantera Rone, produced by Terry Date.
Yes, Terry Date. That dude is legendary. He's produced so many classics.
Yes. All the Pantera, all of them. All the Pantera albums. All the Deftones shit that we love, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, My Own Summer was also a single. Dope video and shit. Yeah.
I love this track. I know it's one of their more popular songs,
Yeah.
but dude, that riff from Steph is just so dope. And I love the way in the beginning, like it's just the guitar, then you hear the bass kick in, and then it just drops the drums, and then it's like super heavy. Dude, love that shit. And then like, Chino's doing his singing, and he waits. I think he does like 2 verses, then he does the hook where he starts screaming, shove it, just man, this shit is hard as fuck. I love this song, man. Just classic shit. And I know this album came out in the wintertime, but I don't know if it's because it's, My Own Summer, but I listen to this, I think of summertime,
Likewise.
Like I like put this on in the car, go for a ride, like it's perfect.
It's definitely a summer album.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck about the release date.
I love the way Deftones has always like, Chino, he does his singing thing, and then he'll just scream his fucking ass off out of nowhere, and it's like, yes.
Chino Moreno is in my top 10 vocalists of all time, hands down.
Yeah. He's so goddamn good.
Fuck yeah, brother. Next track, I don't know how to pronounce this. Do you, Rone? Labia? I don't know how to fucking pronounce
I guess we'll just call it Labia.
This is a banger. Chino's vocals are raw in here. Stephen Carpenter's guitar work is incredible in here. This is about dealing with drug use and, taken out of boredom. Hey, Cunningham's drumming is great too on here. Amazing instrumentation throughout. I fuck with a good second track for the album.
Great follow-up to My Own Summer. It's heavy, but it's not as intense as My Own Summer, but it keeps with that energy, Great fucking song. And I love like Chino. He's got to have like these effects on his vocals or something, because he'd be like whispering.
Yeah, it's hard to understand the vocals.
But he's like whispering, but it sounds like he's screaming at the same time. It's just it's so goddamn good. Just a great follow up to the second track, continuing that pace of just hard as fuck. And this album picks up perfectly after Adrenaline too.
Oh, it does. Adrenaline's heavy as fuck, bro.
Yeah. And these first 2 songs follow that. Like, this is my first album from them that had came out from when I first became a fan, and it was like it didn't disappoint.
Fuck yeah. Then we get Mascara. A lot of Deftones fans don't really like this song. I love it. It's soft, but it works in my opinion.
Yes.
Chino wrote it about his then wife, Celeste. He said she didn't listen to his music and it would frustrate him. I love this song. Like, Chi Cheng's bass playing towards the end is so fucking great. Love this song, Mascara.
Yeah, rest in peace, Chi. That shit was super sad, man. I was listening to this song the last couple of days, and I'm like, I have no idea what this song is about. And I actually looked it up and read basically what you just said, how he would like play her music and she'd have like no reaction, and he'd be like, "What the fuck? Give me something." It's surprising that you say that people don't like the song. It's a good song.
Yeah.
Like I said, the first 2 songs have a nice, fast pace, like just hard, and then it just comes to a halt on the 3rd song where it's just slow as fuck. But it's so goddamn good, man. I love it.
I love the instrumentation and the way Chino sings on it. It's fucking amazing.
He's such a good singer. I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves.
He doesn't. He does not. He should.
Yeah. The slow song, but man, they do styles. They could do the hardest of hard shit and be dope, the slowest of slow shit and be just as fire. And this song is the perfect example of that.
And that's when they clash, because Stefan likes all the heavy, hard shit.
Yeah.
Chino likes that shoegaze, that like the Cure and all that shit.
Yeah.
He's influenced by that.
That's what makes it. That's having that the clashing and probably butting heads in the studio. Like, I
Yeah,
want to do this. No, I want to do this. Fine, I'll fucking do this, but meet me on this later.
yeah. Then we get the title track, Around the Fur. Absolute banger.
Yep.
I love the title track. This is about how people are beautiful on the outside, but dead and ugly on the inside. He uses like a fur coat as a metaphor. Fur coats are beautiful and soft on the outside, but when around the fur, they are dead and ugly. I can listen to Chino Moreno sing the phone book. The dude is incredible, bro. Like,
Yes.
yeah, he's in my top 10 vocalists of all time, as I stated earlier. That Chino's that fucking guy, man.
This song picks right back up where Labia left off, back on that up tempo, heavier shit. The chuggy guitars, man. Steph has some of my favorite riffs ever.
Likewise.
And I love chuggy guitars. And on this track right here, just so good, man. Like, I don't know what else to say. The way they break songs down too, like it'll break down and then pick back up again on this song right here. And then Chino, just so good on the vocals.
Amazing. Yeah, good title track right there. Then we get the Rickets. The opening riff from Stefan goes hard as fuck.
Yes.
Chino said it's about people telling him what to do with his life, but he don't want to listen. She's best playing on there too. Like, she's a great bass player. Even his stage presence, the fucking long dreads, and
yeah,
I love Chi Chang, man. He was incredible.
He rocked out on stage. Them dreads would be flying everywhere.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He'd be doing the background vocals and
live,
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I saw them on the Grace of the Trendkill live, and I just didn't know who they were, but I enjoyed it. And I didn't get to see them live again until about 6-7 years ago. And man, they still put on a great show. Such a good, like every song, I'm like, I love this song. And the next song comes on, it's like, I fucking love this song.
They got so many good songs, bro. So many good albums.
They still put on a great show.
Fuck yeah, brother.
Yeah, Ricketts. This is like, again, Chino with the whispery shit. When I was listening to this, I was like, yo, this is like teenage angst. Like when you're fucking, I'm a 15-year-old kid, whatever, when this song came out, this was like the perfect song. You know what I mean? I'm pissed too much. I need too much. I'm not one to trust. It's fucking fire. Like, I love the way he does it, with the whispery type shit, but kind of like, it's like whispery screams. It's fucking, his vocal style is, it's, nobody else does what Chino does.
Two different styles. I'm a big Doors fan too, I don't know what the fuck Jim is talking about. Just like Chino. So you don't know what the fuck Chino's talking about half the time.
It's one thing I've, like with Deftones, it's like, it's very cryptic. And you just don't know. And, unless he speaks on it, there's some songs, of course, what it's about. But a lot of the times you're just like, huh? I don't like, well, what is this? But this song right here, so fucking dope, man. And teenage angst at its best for me.
Absolutely. Takes you back. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Like just being angry because you don't know why you're angry. You're just fucking angry. You put that shit on.
Yeah, man. This is back in the times where my mom's was hard as fuck on me. Teachers I didn't fucking like, so I would just come home, put this motherfucker on, and it's classic. So next, we get second single of the album, Be Quiet and Drive, Far Away. Yo, one of my favorite songs of all time within any genre. I fucking worship this song.
Yeah.
Lyrics are kind of cryptic, but it's about just forgetting all your problems and just going on a road trip with your friends. Chino said it's about. Words can't describe how much I love this song.
Man, yeah.
Oh, yeah, what you got, Ron?
I was just gonna pick up what you were saying. Like, easily one of my all-time favorite Deftones songs.
Yes.
One of my all-time favorite songs in general. The way this song builds up, and then we finally get to the just drive. I don't care just how, just oh man. It's such a good fucking song. Just drive. I don't care where, just far. Just fucking go, man. Like the way the song builds up to that moment, and then you finally get it. Like when I listen to it now, like I'm just waiting for that part. You know what I mean? That and then we could just ride out to the end of the song because just drive. Like, oh man, I love the way they do that. They did it with My Own Summer, where you don't get the hook right away.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of drag it out a little bit. But man, yeah, one of my all-time favorite Deftones songs, easily.
Hell yeah, easily in my top 3, probably. That's how much I love this song.
Yeah, it's so fucking good.
Fuck yeah,
Just
brother.
classic shit. I love the way they structure their songs and build shit up, bring you back down. It comes back like it's just a roller coaster of emotions listening to Deftones.
You get that quiet type of shit, then it gets fucking heavy.
Yep.
It mashes at that shit.
Absolutely.
Then we get the Lotion. One of the first songs on the album. Chino said the song was aimed at somebody. We never said who. I love that scream from Chino in the beginning. It's so raw. I love that chorus. That it's classical. Fucking love that, bro.
Dude.
And, go ahead,
bro. Go ahead. My bad.
That's okay. I just love that. Also, the section where I feel sick. Oh,
yes.
Man. The verses are dope, man. Chino was almost rapping in a way, you know. Definitely one of my favorite songs on the album. Cheese bass playing at the end is fucking banging too.
Absolutely. One of my favorite songs on the record. Love the chuggy guitars from Steph again. Chino's kind of offbeat raps on here are fucking fire. I love when Chino raps, man.
Yes.
I wish we would get more of him rapping. Because he kills it. But I think that's what makes it special when he does do it, because it doesn't happen all the time. And even though it's kind of offbeat and he's screaming, like he's rapping on this track.
Fuck yeah.
And it's fire. And then the hook kicks in, you know, it's classical. And
yeah.
It's the contrast from the verses. It's so different. And it's like out of place, but works so good with the song. And like you said, the breakdown, I feel sick. I feel sick. And then he's screaming, just a great fucking track. I wish we would get more rapping from Chino. Remember when he did the cover of Wicked on Life is Peachy?
Oh, he was going off.
Dude, he was rapping his ass off. He killed that shit, dude. That was such a good cover, too.
One of my favorite home videos of all time, Rone, is Who Then Now? Korn from Life is Peachy era.
Yep.
So it's Chino in the booth getting it in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that shit. I remember my cousin would always buy those, you know, those home videos or whatever on the VHSs.
Yeah.
Fucking fire, man.
Me and my uncle can quote that whole tape. I worship that shit.
Hell yeah.
I love Korn, one of my favorite bands too. I worship Korn.
I love Korn, man. Like,
oh yeah.
It's like the 90s was just like
amazing. Underrated. The 90s is for rock music.
Absolutely. You know, people say it got dumbed down and shit like that, man.
Hell no.
Fuck all that, man.
And I know you're not into it, Rome, but the death metal shit that I love is amazing in the 90s too. So yeah, 90s was incredible for rock music.
And you know, and death metal is like some of the most technical shit ever.
I know. Shout out to Chuck Schuldiner, man. Death, R.I.P. to Chuck.
Oh yeah.
Then track 8, we get another kind of word I have a hard saying. Day the Flu. Day the Flu.
Die the Flu. I'm not really sure.
Likewise. But I love that intro to the song. And Cheese rhythm section is phenomenal. Chino got those awesome, like, whispery vocals on here.
Again.
It was perfect with It was perfect with Cheese bass line. Day or Da, whatever the fuck was Cheese full name. It was Chi Lang Da Chang. Incredible instrumentation on here too. Like, this band is so in pocket with the instrumentation.
They switch styles so effortlessly. Like you just go from the hardest of screaming shit, and then they just switch it up to some slow shit. This is probably my least favorite song on the album, but
I'm not mad at that at all.
But I still like the song. Like, it comes on, I still play it. because it goes into the next song so fucking good.
This song.
But this Day the Flu, or whatever, however you pronounce it, it's a good song. My least favorite. I don't love it. Don't hate it. You know.
Yeah. Then we get, oh man, Head Up, featuring Max Cavalera from Sepultura, which is one of my favorite bands as well. Soulfly. This song is about Max's stepson Dana Wells, who passed away in a car accident. He's also a close friend of Chino's as well. When Chino was shout out to Miles of Metal on YouTube. He did this. He was on this panel on a channel called Rock Fantasy, and he tells a story of he heard that Chino was holding a pic of Dana while singing a song, and the glass like broke in his hand, and he was bleeding, and he was like screaming while he's still singing it. Damn. I hope it's true because that's just badass. You know
that is badass.
So yeah, amazing song. Like Max screaming on there with Chino. Great song. I fuck with Head Up heavy.
Yes, this song, man. Like I said, the previous song, the way they end that with like the guitar feedback, and it just goes right into this shit, and then you get that it's like, and then all of a sudden, fucking Chino just got back off the forefront. Oh my god, like this shit is hard as fuck, and it has like meaning behind it too. It ain't just hard to be hard. It's hard, but with like a meaning, and I love that, and I love that Max Cavalera's on here too. Yeah. Sepultura, just like legendary shit.
Fuck yeah, brother.
But man, this song, like I said, Chino rapping, doing the screamy rapping style. This shit right here, easily the hardest song, one of their hardest songs that they've ever done. And the breakdown in the end where like the guitars come out, and then it's walk into this world, dude. That shit. I fucking mosh with myself in the car. Fuck myself and shit.
Fuck yeah, bro.
That shit is hard. If that shit don't get you hyped, I don't know what will. But
I don't know.
A great song with a great meaning behind it. You know, not heavy just to be heavy. Like we said, Max Cavalera, guest guitar and vocals on the track. Yeah. But man, I fucking love that. One of my all-time favorite Deftones songs.
Likewise. You know.
So fucking hard. I just love that. Walk into this world, walking. Man, that shit is fucking hard.
And when Max like lends his fucking vocals too, it's like, yeah, that shit goes hard as fuck.
Yep. Head up, head up, head up, head up. Oh, man.
Yeah, you know they felt that, you know, because Max thinks that he was murdered. You know what I'm saying? It's like someone tried to kill him.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, I love that fucking song.
Such a good song.
Let me get to the closer. MX.
Yes.
The riff on MX by Stefan is so fucking heavy. Crazy that Chino didn't like MX that much. You know, that's what I heard. And I read up on it. The woman's voice you hear in the song,
yeah,
like What Else? That's Abe's wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I fuck with that shit heavy. There's a hidden track called The Moan. It's definitely a dope song. Just wish I wouldn't have to fast forward to listen to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had that in my notes. I was like, it's a good song. I did listen to it when I revisited the CD this week, but it's you know, back in the day, shit wasn't digital. Like I couldn't just grab a little button and drag it forward to get to the song. Like I'd have to sit there and fast forward it. And then if you fucked up and pressed the button a little too hard and then skip it, you're like, God damn it. Like,
you're way over this fucking shit. Go way back. Yeah, those are the days, bro.
Yep. So I never listened to that song much just because never listened to many hidden tracks back in the day just because it was such a pain in the ass. But I guess that was the point.
My favorite hidden track moment, Rone, is self-titled Slipknot, Eeyore.
Yes.
They're watching some porno movie, they're throwing up, and then fucking it kicks in. Oh, that shit's hard, dog.
Hard as fuck.
Yeah.
But MX, I had no idea that was, you said Chino's wife?
That was Abe's wife.
Abe's wife?
Yeah.
I love the back and forth with the girl in that song. And then she's like, yeah, what else? Like, come on, give it to me, motherfucker.
And
And then Chino with his like
money.
whispery singing shit. Oh man, like
Fucking love it.
love his singing, man.
Dun, 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 dun,
I remember
oh,
my buddy telling me he was at a festival, maybe Ozfest one year. Deftones were playing, and they were getting ready for Deftones to come out, and he heard a couple girls talking about Deftones, how much they love Chino, and one of the girls was like, "As soon as I hear his voice, I'm just fucking dripping wet."
oh shit. Dog, take that bitch and play some Deftones.
Right, exactly, exactly. But that's like the effect this dude's voice has on people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
But
incredible.
great way to end the album
Hmm.
with MX, and I just love this album, man. It just like I said earlier, I know it came out like wintertime, but
Yeah,
it's like a summertime album for me. It really is.
yeah,
Like
likewise.
like the cover, you got the girl on the pool and shit. It's just totally a summer album.
Absolutely. My own summer. There you go.
It's fucking fire,
Hell yeah. Sophomore album. It's a classic in my eyes.
without a
And
doubt.
like we do on Speak Your Clout, we give the mic rating. Shout out to the Sauce Magazine and top 3 songs. So this is 5 mics across the board for me.
Yep.
And top 3 songs. I know it's a single, but I don't give a fuck. I got Be Quiet and Drive, Far Away. I got Lotion, and this is the hard part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I want to say Head Up, but I'll give it to MX because I just love that with Abe's wife and Chino. You know what I'm saying? He's like,
Yeah.
in money and clothes. She's fire, bro.
Dude, like the back and forth on that song is so goddamn
Yeah.
good.
And the riff is great. I gotta go with that.
Yeah, it's such a good song. Yeah, when I was trying to break down my 3 favorites, it's hard
It is.
because there's just so many good songs on this album. I'd go Head Up. I just love that track, man.
Whew.
It's just hard as fuck, and that breakdown at the end, like I said, I just love that song. Be Quiet and Drive. I know, cliche. I don't give a fuck. I just love
I don't
that
care.
song. It's a good song, man. Sometimes the popular songs are popular for a reason because they're just fucking good.
Yeah.
And that song's one of them. And then my third, it's a toss up between Lotion and My Own Summer. Again, I know My Own Summer is another single, but I'll probably go with My Own Summer as my third favorite. Just a great way to start the album. I love the build up to the hook, just like Be Quiet and Drive. Just a great fucking album from Deftones, and 5 out of 5 for me as well. Just a great, they went 2 for 2. I mean, I don't think they've really ever missed, but at the time, it was like, oh shit, they did it again,
Fuck yeah. Shout out to Chris Gonzalez, wherever you are, homie. Like, he put me on to some ill shit, and yeah, man.
A shout out to my cousin for taking me to that Pantera concert, because if I didn't go to that concert, I'm sure I would have heard of Deftones at some point. But, being put on to Deftones that early, the adrenaline era is, man, when you find a band like early on, because there's so many times where you don't find a band until like 8 albums in, and you're like, where the fuck have I been this whole time? So it's like, I'm glad and crazy to think that I got to see Deftones, White Zombie, and Pantera. 2 of those bands aren't even a thing anymore.
That's motherfucking Adrenaline, Astro Creep 2000, and Disgrace of the Trent. Damn, all fucking classics right there.
Yeah, dude. Such a great... I mean, could I have not have had a better first concert experience than that,
I know.
And that's when Chino had the dreads and shit.
I just want to ask, did Chino have dreads? I just want to ask that.
Yeah, the dreads, white t-shirt, like the jeans with the shell toes on and shit.
Yeah,
man.
stage presence. So he wraps the fucking whole mic around his arm and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's like around the time when like rap and rock were really starting to like come together. You had Korn, and then Deftones really, was taking it in that direction. But yeah, man, like He had the dreads. Such a dope look. He's never had. I don't think he's ever had the dreads since.
No, Engine Number 9 video, he had it, I believe, or
Yeah.
one of them fucking videos. Bored, he didn't have it. He just had a little hat, but dog, you seen motherfucking Chino with the dreads? That's dope. Man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. So yeah, man, 30 minutes is a good way, man. Speaking Clout podcast, Deftones, Around the Fur, 25 years. Go listen to this fucking album after this podcast, man. Classic, bro. And you want to plug your shit, Rone?
Yeah, and I want to say one more thing. When you're like a 13-year-old kid, you see this cover, you're like, oh yeah, this is the shit.
And the back too.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah, man. BeneathDirt.com. Podcast every Monday. Everywhere podcasts are available. Mike, much fucking love. Thank you.
Yeah, your family, brother.
Absolutely. You are too. And I'm my first rock album review, and I'm glad I got to do it with you.
Oh yeah, brother. And foreseeable future, he'd be back. And I ain't saying what, but it's a doozy.
It's gonna be another heavy one.
Oh yeah. And on that note, see you motherfuckers on the flip side. Peace, y'all.